morning. Morning's in the Word. Thank you for watching today. We're going to continue our walk through James. We're in James 3 today. I'm going to be looking at the little, what do they call it? The little flame, the little fire starter, which is our tongue. It can do great things and it can tear things down. It's pretty powerful little instrument we have at our disposal, and everybody's got one. That's kind of what makes it so powerful as well, is that it's available to all of us, So we'll go ahead and read James 3, and then we'll get into it just a little bit and get going. So James 3, controlling the tongue. Dear brothers and sisters, not many of you should become teachers in the church, for we who teach will be judged more strictly. Indeed, we all make many mistakes. For if we could control our tongues, we would be perfect and can also control ourselves in every other way. We can make a large horse go wherever we want by means of a small bit in its mouth, and a small rudder makes a huge ship turn wherever the pilot chooses to go, even though the winds are strong. In the same way, the tongue is a small thing that makes grand speeches, but a tiny spark can set a great forest on fire, and the tongue is a flame on fire. It is a whole world of wickedness, corrupting your entire body. It can set your whole life on fire, for it is set on fire by hell itself. People can tame all kinds of animals, birds, reptiles, and fish, but no one can tame the tongue. It is restless and evil, full of deadly poison. Sometimes it praises our Lord and Father, and sometimes it curses those who have been made in His image. And so blessing and cursing come pouring out of the same mouth. Surely, my brothers and sisters, this is not right. Does a spring of water bubble out both fresh water and bitter water? Does a fig tree produce olives, or a grapevine produce figs? No, you can't draw fresh water from a salty spring. So, first, what occurred to me when I was reading this, I was reading some other commentary on it, is if you want to know how strong our words can be, take a look at God's words. God spoke everything into existence. He said, let there be light. He said, separate the heavens from the earth. He said, create animals. So God spoke everything. That's how strong words can be. Is His words were so strong. They were the tool of creation. He created everything with His spoken word. And the Bible tells us that our faith comes by hearing the word. So, we got to remember that our voices, our words are so powerful to people, for good or for bad. I know we've all had a situation where we've been dealing with somebody, or maybe even our spouse, or a close loved one, and we said something we wish we wouldn't have said. That 1 second, or 2 seconds of words can take months and months and months to repair. It takes 1,000 nice words to heal one harsh word. I just made that up, but it seems about accurate. It's not something we even think about when we just lose our cool and whatever comes out. Pastor James McDonald, I listen to his podcast sometimes, and his thing right now he's talking about is when a cup is bumped, it spills over. So, like when we're bumped, when we're going through a tough time, what comes out of our mouth is what's inside. And more often than not, we find that it's not good things that come out, especially in hard times and difficulties, and when the pressure's on, what comes out. We got to really control that. And it can be controlled. We have to make a conscious decision to control our tongues, to do good and to be that fresh spring that James is talking about here. We don't want to mix. We can't mix. It's one or the other. You're either a salty spring or you're fresh. You're either a olive tree or you're a fig tree. You can't do both. So we got to make that conscious effort to make a decision that I'm going to be a fresh spring with my words today. I'm going to say things that are edifying and building up and making people better, and not tearing people down with our words. Especially with kids. I think our words are even more powerful with kids, and they remember everything we say. Even if you, in anger, blurt something out, 3 months later, in a whole different circumstance, that'll come to the surface, and they'll say, "So what does this mean?" And they'll recite what you said, and then you look like a fool, for lack of a better term. So, guard your mouth, everyone. Keep control of your tongue. It's better to say nothing than to say something harsh or hateful or tear somebody down. So, have a great day. Tell somebody about Jesus. Invite everybody to church, Whole Life Church on US 12, across the street from the Dollar General. I hope to see everybody there. God bless.